Welcome back to another math video. Today we'll be talking about solving basic linear equations. But before we dive into that, let us first define the word equations. So we said that equations are mathematical statements consisting of an equal sign between two expressions. Let me also point out that an equation is like a balance scale. Both sides are equal. Therefore, whatever is done to one side has to be done to the other. So knowing these facts, we can find an unknown in a equation. So let's go. So the first problem that we have is m minus 9 equal to negative 4. So the unknown is m, and we want to find the value. But we realize that there is a 9 being subtracted from that m. Now the opposite operation of subtraction is addition. Therefore, to get rid of that minus 9, we will need to add 9. And remember that equations are like a balance scale. Therefore, whatever is done on one side has to be done on the other side. So we need to add 9 on both sides. Minus 9 plus 9 gives us 0. So we're left with m. And negative 9 plus 9 is equal to 5. Therefore, m is equal to 5. So the second problem that we have is 16 minus c equal to 9. So pause the video right now and attempt this question and resume when you're finished. So there are two ways that we can approach this question. The first being that we can get rid of the term that is attaching itself to the variable first. So we have a positive 16, so the opposite would be to subtract 16. And remember, what you do on one side, you have to do it on the other side. 16 minus 16 will give us 0, so we're left with the negative c equal to 9 minus 16 is negative 7. Well, are we finished? No, we're not. So we need to get rid of that negative 1 that is multiplying by the c, and we can do this by dividing both sides by negative 1. So negative 1 into negative 1 leaves c. Negative 1 into negative 7 gives us positive 7. Therefore, c is equal to 7. So the second way in which we can work out this problem is by first getting rid of that negative in front of the variable. So we'd have 16 minus c plus c is equal to 9 plus c. So when we work that out, we'll have 16 equal to 9 plus c. After we have done this, we can go ahead and remove that positive 9 by subtracting 9 on both sides. So we'll have 16 minus 9 is equal to c. 16 minus 9 is equal to 7. Therefore, c is equal to 7. The third example that we have is 10b equal to 50. To get rid of that 10 multiplying by the b, we have to divide. Now remember, whatever we do on one side of the equation, we do it on the other side. Therefore, we'll divide both sides by 10. 10 into 10 gives us 1b. 10 into 50 gives us 5. Therefore, b is equal to 5. Our fourth example, we have x divided by 2 equal 3. Take a moment and attempt this question. Resume after you are finished. So just as with previous questions, we want to get x, but we have a 2 dividing by the variable. So the opposite operation of division is multiplication. Therefore, we need to multiply both sides by the 2. The 2's will cancel themselves. So we're left with x on the left-hand side. And 3 times 2 is equal to 6. Our next example is 7 plus 4y equal to negative 5. Now, let us list out all of the operations that are happening to the variable here. So we see that a 4 is being multiplied by the y. We also see that we have a positive 7. Before we can get to the variable, we need to pass the plus 7. We need to pass the times 4. So let's get rid of those out of our way so that we can get to our variable. So we have a plus 7. The opposite would be to minus 7. Therefore, we're going to go ahead and minus 7 on both sides. So we're left with 4y equal to negative 12. Now we need to get rid of that 4 that is multiplying by the y. So the opposite operation is division. So we need to divide by 4 on both sides. 4 into 4, we're left with y. And 4 into negative 12 gives us a negative 3. Sixth problem that we'll be working for today is 3x divided by 5 minus 2 is equal to 10. By looking on this problem, we can see that we have a 3 multiplying by the x. We also see that we have a 5 dividing by the x, and we have a 2 subtracting from the x. To get rid of that minus 2, we need to add 2 on both sides. So we'll have 3x divided by 5 is equal to 12. Now we need to remove that 5 that is dividing by the x. And to get rid of that, we need to multiply both sides by 5. The 5s will cancel each other, so we're left with 3x. And 12 times 5 is equal to 60. Now the last thing that we need to do is to get rid of that 3 by dividing both sides by 3. 3 into 3 gives us 1, so we're left with 1x. And 3 into 60 gives us 20. Therefore, x is equal to 20. The last problem that we'll be looking on for today is 14 equal to 4 minus 5p divided by 6. So again, take a moment, work this problem, then check your answer when you're finished. First, let's list out all of the operations that are happening to the p at the variable. So we see that negative 5 is being multiplied. We also see that a 6 is being divided, and we have a positive 4 as well. So the first thing that we're going to try to get rid of is that positive 4 by subtracting 4 on both sides. So we'll have 14 minus 4, which gives us 10, and we'll have minus 5p divided by 6. Now the next term that we will try to get rid of is that 6 dividing by the minus 5p. And we get rid of that by multiplying both sides by 6. So we'll have 6 times 10 is equal to minus 5p divided by 6 times 6. 6 will cancel each other, and the 6 times the 10 will give us 60. So 60 equal to minus 5p. Are we finished? No, we're not. We still have a minus 5 that is multiplying by the p. Divide both sides by minus 5. Negative 5 divided by negative 5 will give us 1. So we'll have 1p. And negative 5 divided by 60 will give us negative 12. Therefore, p is equal to negative 12. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And stay tuned for more math content.